except me, of course. And he was right. He was smart. But he was also protective of me. In my memory, Stamps is a place of light, shadow, sounds, and entrancing odors. The yellowish acid of the ponds and rivers, the deep pots of greens cooking for hours with smoked or cured pork, and above all, the atmosphere was pressed down with the smell of old fears. Is that all the size of the bridge? I was terribly hurt in this town and vastly loved. My grandmother never spent money on anything but land. She owned land. And a lot of poor whites lived on land we owned. One day, 3 white girls came down into the clearing in front of the store. And they said, "Hello, Annie," hello to my grandmother. And Mama said, "Hello, Miss Elaine," hello, Miss, whatever their names were. And one girl told the other, she said, "Stand on your hands." And she stood on her hands and had no drawers on. And her dress fell down around her. And she showed herself to my grandmother. I couldn't stand it. Mama started singing, "By and by." I found that I was praying too. How long could Mama hold out? What new indignity would they think of to subject her to? And she stood there until the girls went on and walked on past the store and into town. Uncle Willie was crippled. His whole right side was paralyzed. My Uncle Willie taught me my times tables. He'd say, "Now, sus, do your fourses, do your sevenses, do your elevenses." I learned my multiplication tables exquisitely. And when the boys, as they were euphemistically called, when the clan would ride down the hill toward the store.
Maya? Bailey Jr.? Both of you.
We had to hide Uncle Willie.
The potatoes, the onions.
Because a white girl could say, "Well, he made an attempt to touch me."
It just shouldn't be.
We had to help Uncle Willie to get down in the bin. And we'd cover him with potatoes and onions. And I could just picture his tears going into the eyes of the potatoes. The clan would ride up in front of the store. Bailey and I would peek out the window. Tall horses, it looked so big. They didn't look like horses you see every day. Big guns. So one of my fantasies when I was, 6 or 7, was that suddenly there'd be somebody would just say Shazam, and I would be white, and I wouldn't be looked at with such loathing when I walked in the white part of town, which I had to do. You really wish either that you could dry up in a moment, just shrivel up like that. And instead of that, I put my head up and walked through, grit my teeth, survived it. But my God, what scars does that leave on somebody? I don't even dare examine it myself. And when I reached for the pen
To write.
I have to scrape it across those scars to sharpen that point. If growing up is painful for the Southern Black girl, being aware of her displacement is the rust on the razor that threatens the throat. It is an unnecessary insult. And then at about 6 or 7,